Yes, people. Here we are. First of all, look how we have got a headset on for once. Do you want me to show you what I've done instead? Boom. Look at that. Just fucking put the headset there. Cheap as fuck setup, but I don't care. We're back. It's been only 2 days since last uploaded, but it feels like it's been a while. I like my daily uploads. I've slacked. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm back. No scripts, obviously, as per usual. Just gonna talk off my head, and we're gonna just look at just boxing in general this week, really. What we saw over the last couple of weeks, mainly last week, and then we're going to look at what we've got to come. This last little period from last week to this Saturday, from last Friday to this Saturday, is a great period. Um, Obviously, I want to say before we start, we're pushing 400 subscribers. Big 4, 0, and then 0. Yes, we're on 374. I was on 375, but someone unsubscribed. Not cool. Step too far from them. Bang out of order. But yeah, um, let's try actually. Let's push. I don't normally do these things, but let's push 400 subs. Come on, people. You know you fucking want to. But yeah, let's just get straight into things. So I was meant to do Elisaro versus Jose Burton last week, but I couldn't. I just couldn't make it to London. It wasn't feasible for me. I apologise. Um, but money's coming in not from sponsors, obviously, because who the fuck's gonna? No, people will sponsor me. Come on now, people will sponsor me. No, I just couldn't fund it. Um, so I did the boxing social show in Leicester instead. Didn't actually interview many of the fighters on the night, but obviously I got quite a few. I got quite a few good names in the process. Obviously I got Shane Watson, um, Dalton Smith, Lerone Richards, and Dave Coldwell. I did miss Adam Morelli. I did talk to him. I don't know why I didn't interview him. So I would love to interview Adam. And then Sonny Edwards was there as well, but I'm not gonna lie. If Sonny Edwards sees this video, Sonny, please give me a fucking interview. I was too scared to come up to you on Friday, but please give me a fucking interview. Um, but yeah, so that was a good show. The boxing was actually good. What I didn't watch the most of the boxing, so I was a lot of the time I was backstage, especially towards Larone's fight. I was actually with Larone. I was with his team backstage, and not actually a part of the team, just stood there lurking. Really, great. He's got a great team around him now, though. Really good team, being with Steel City. Very good team, and Larone looked good as well. Larone looked very good, very composed, very slick, and he looked like there was a bit of venom behind those punches that we didn't used to see. He looked like a heavy hitter. I know he wasn't at his 168 natural weight, but fucking hell, he looked big. Seeing him up close, he looked fucking big. Um, Fraser Clark was in the building on Friday as well, but he didn't do. He did boxing social, and that was it. He didn't do any other interviews. And obviously, I don't really blame him. Talking of Fraser Clark, he's had his next fight announced. He's facing Marius Watch, I don't know how to say his name. We know him on about 43 years old. He's 36-9. He's fought good fighters. He's fought a lot of good fighters. Um, is it the fight? This fight would be impressive for a seventh fight if there wasn't the mess that's happened with Fabio in the background. Um, no idea what was going. Well, no, we know what's going on there now. Obviously, Fraser's got a fight, but who's Fabio going to fight? And that's the question I've been asking a few people. Where's Fabio going to go now? What's Fabio going to do? Because they want to get him out in June, and ideally, I think they want to give him a British title defence. But it's either going to be Adelaide who fights on June 9th. And I have slipped in my press application for that. Praying. If not, Telford, July 29th. Liam Davies, Jason Cunningham. Again, I'm going to try to be there. Press or no press, I'll be there. But yeah, um, Adelaide, June 9th. Obviously, if they want that late June, early July, then Adelaide's going to be out of the picture. Let's be fucking real now. He'll be out of the picture. Which leaves Sol Dakers. Is Sol Dakers ready for a British title fight? He's not defending his English title. It could be easy to make, though. Look at how easy they made Chantelle Cameron versus Katie Taylor, which we'll talk about later on. So fucking buzzing for that. Buzzing for that whole card. I'll talk about it later. I don't want to get onto it now. Later. Um, but yeah, I don't know who they will give Fabio. Sol Dakers the easier option. Adelaide's the better option. I don't know. It's a bit sticky in that area. Um, but yeah, so the boxing social show. There we go. It was a good show. It was really good. Really well set out. Really good people around. I had a great time with all the boys backstage. Just waiting around to get interviews. It was good. It was a really good night. Obviously we saw Ellis versus Jose Burton. Man, what a card! What a good card. I sat there and watched the card the next day. What a card, man! Alois Jr. looked ridiculous. I'm going to sit a little bit closer and just make sure the mic can hear me. Alois Jr. looked ridiculous. I'm going to say it again. Alois Jr. looked ridiculous with that left hook knockout. It was beautiful. You know it was good when it's got my dad messaging me about it. When my dad messages me with a boxing knockout, you know it's good. Um, so my dad obviously sent it to me. He's like, "Fucking hell, look at this guy." And I'm like, "Yeah, Alois Jr. Beast. He's an absolute beast." Willie Hutchinson, been on the channel, great man. What a shot he got Ezekiel Osvaldo Madonna with. Speaking of Ezekiel Osvaldo Madonna, Carolina Talma back to winning ways as well. But looking more into Willie Hutchinson, that right hand was perfect. Just kind of just took him out, just took him like that. It was just down, done. Ellis Sorrow, obviously, my mate Ellis. What a fight, and what a knockout as well. Brilliant shot. Stunned him with that right hand, worked him on the ropes. Jose went down from us getting flung about. Oh well, he got up. That jab went straight through. And the minute that jab landed, you were kind of like, ooh, he's not looking good now. He's looking a bit groggy. What's in my mic? Try that later. Yeah, here's the famous mic that we do the interviews with. Great little thing. Yeah, back to the video. Yeah, that second that jab landed from Ellis, it was kind of like, ooh, day's over. I watched the main event live. I was just sat there in some fucking room in Leicester, just on my phone watching it. And yeah, brilliant, brilliant from Ellis. I'm buzzing for him. So happy for him, man. Jose Burton announced his retirement today. Well, Joe Gallagher did. Joe Gallagher. Yeah, Jose Burton is now retired. He did say if he loses to Ellis, he'll retire. He lost and he retired. He's had a good career though. To be fair to him, it's not like he's just gone in there and been shit the whole time. He's been in there and he's done well. Sorry, there's something under my laptop. There we go. Yeah, good. It was a good card. It was a great card. Obviously, Saturday we had KSI, which I'm not really going to talk about too much because I already kind of made a video on that. Yeah, we had KSI card. We find out the result of us getting overturned or not tomorrow. As of filming, and this will be going out tonight. I'm filming this at 3:57. 6 p.m. This will be out. So yeah, looking onto this week, what a weekend we've got for boxing, man. Katie Taylor versus Chantelle Cameron, Undisputed versus Undisputed, with their most exciting prospect in boxing. And not even prospect anymore. Most exciting up and comer in boxing, Gary Cully. And you shoot me, stone me, do what you want. I think Gary Cully is the most exciting up and coming boxer at the moment. There's something about Gary Cully. He's got the personality. He's got the skill. He's got the talk. He's got it all, man. He's got the fan base who'll come watch him, man. Gary Cully's fantastic. He's so good. My praise for Gary Cully could not go any higher. Seriously, it's I've just smacked my fucking bed. That's when you know it's good. It's good. Oh, he's so good, man. I love Gary Cully. He's in the co-main event against Jose Felix, and what essentially is his toughest fight. It's a tough test. Jose Felix is tough. I had the pleasure of speaking to Gary at the Boxer show the other week at the press conference. Just sat there, I was a bit nervous waiting around trying to get interviews. Nowhere Gary Cully just appears. I got told by someone that it takes balls to go up to Gary Cully and ask him for an interview. He was very nice. I know he looks scary, but he's a lovely man. He's a lovely man. He actually spoke to me off camera as well. He's a great guy, and I do wish him the best this weekend. Looking at the main event as well, Katie Taylor versus Chantelle Cameron. What a fight. 50-50 fight. I spoke to Jamie Moore the other day. Came on a little Zoom with him. I was meant to interview him for a video, but my Wi-Fi went down. So I don't think we'll be getting that video. I don't think we'll be getting it before fight night because it is the weigh-in tomorrow. So I might just clip out the bits where we talk about Chantelle Cameron and Katie Taylor and upload that if the people want to see that. Where we speak about how the camp's gone in a little bit more detail. And I'll upload that for tomorrow's video. If not, I'll save it for Monday and I'll react to it and we'll see. But nah. If I'm gonna make I can't split them. I can't. Something's giving me this feeling. I don't know if it's a little bias feeling just because I've got the connection with Chantelle, Jamie, and the team. But something tells me Chantelle might get the job done. I've really got some gut feeling that Chantelle's going to do it. Like I do feel it. That's no disrespect to Katie Taylor. What she's done for women's boxing, for Irish boxing, what she's done just for for all of it. She's paved the way for these female boxers, and to finally get the homecoming is ridiculous. Like, let's not take the piss. It's ridiculous. It's huge, man. It's huge, and it's going to be a great night. It's going to be such a good night. The atmosphere's going to be booming. People are going to love it. It's going to do numbers on DAZN, and that's not me fucking about either. It will do numbers. I know it's not pay per view, but people will tune in for this, man. What a fucking fight! What a card! Kyoman Jarko back in action. Dennis Hogan versus thingy James Metcalf. Terry Harper versus Celia Breakhouse. Gary Cully versus Jose Felix. Katie Taylor versus Chantelle Cameron. He's looking before the bell. You got Maisie Rose Corner. Is that her name? Yeah, she's in action. Paddy Donovan versus Sam Mason. Then Thomas Carty versus Jay McFarlane. It's a really good card. And then looking on later into the hours of the night, you've got Vasily Lomachenko versus Devin Haney. What's the other way around? Devin Haney versus Vasily Lomachenko. Ooh, what a fight. This fight is 50-50. And Vasily Lomachenko said that the pressure's on, is on Devin. Simply based on, well, you got to think Vasily Lomachenko's lost twice as a pro. Devin Haney's not lost once. So that there's that pressure of that Ryan. I think there's pressure on both men to perform. Vasily Lomachenko is obviously one of the best boxers out there. Devin Haney's looked unbelievable. Obviously, you got to be special to do what he's done, and especially at such a young age. So I again can't split them. Not going to say no. I'm not going to sit here and say that I know the most about these guys because my knowledge when it comes to the UK side of boxing and to the US side isn't as good. Obviously, I know Vasily Lomachenko and I know Devin Haney. I know who they are. They don't know me, but I know them. So yeah. But yeah, I don't know the most about how. I know obviously I know what they're about. The two very big names, of course. But I can't go into as much detail as what I can about the UK side of it. I like to, you can tell by my posters and my books and shit. Apart from the Mike Tyson one, we'll just cover that. Yeah. I just know more about the UK side of boxing, which is understandable. Being from the UK, living in the UK, born and raised in the UK, I'm gonna watch a bit more of the UK side. But still, good. It's a not even it's a great fight. It's a great fight. Um, Other news. Let me get the phone out and scroll through Twitter and see what pops up. Um, Obviously Lee Wood versus Lara. 9 days to go. It's getting tight. It's getting close now, and I'm fucking bricking it to be honest. Absolutely bricking it. Furies came out on Twitter again, just literally in the last hour. And in his words, this is what he's put. Can't wait to KO this little rat bastard. Cowardly, yellow, ugly, bug-eyed bum. Then tagged us and keep running rabbit, and I've heard nothing from your team or anybody else. I'm ready anytime. Interesting words. Do I think we'll see it? No. Moving on. Um, um, there's got to be something else, man. There's got to be some other news to talk about. I've spoke about Fraser Clark. Obviously, they have pushed back the fight between Adam Azim and I think that's the opponent's name. But yeah, they've pushed that card back from June 10th to June 16th. Just so it doesn't clash with obviously his Champions League final night and Sonny Edwards fight night as well. I'm really excited for Sonny Edwards fight, to be honest. Really, really, really excited. Good card as well. Chev Clark. I've interviewed Chev. Chev's a lovely guy. His team's lovely. I've actually got a poster getting sent out from his assistant, Abby. She's sending me one of the fight posters. So you'll be seeing that on this side in a couple of videos' time. I can't wait. Can't wait to see Chev get back in action, man. Chev's good. Chev's solid. British title eliminator. If I'm correct, I'm fairly sure it's the final eliminator for the British title between is it David Jameson? We're getting the box rec out for this one. Should we just scroll through box rec and just see just look at fighters? Just talk. Just look at what's coming up. Chev Clark. I need to put Chev and Clark, don't I? I put Chev. There we go. Yeah, David Jameson. Um, let's look through that quite quickly. So you got Muhammad Ali, Johnny Fisher. I hope Johnny Fisher's in for a good fight this time. I've heard from Shane Watson that it's a southpaw that they're looking at. Looking at southpaw. George Ladard, Shannon Ryan, Yusuf Kamari versus Reese Bellotti, Nina Hughes versus Katie Healy. It was meant to be Shannon Courtney, but she's out. Sheriff Clark versus David Jameson. Uh, Chikerna, did I say it? Ch Chineka, that's it. Chineka Johnson versus Eddie Scotney and Sonny Edwards versus Andres Campos. Um, Probably going to be an easy night's work for Sonny Edwards again, if I'm being honest. Um, and then just get this one done. Obviously, he stepped in. It was meant to be a Josh Warrington headline fight, but Sonny Edwards had to come in, be the show saver, and recover the card. And I'd say that's probably about it from me tonight. To be honest, people, I think I've covered a fair bit there. I'll be back tomorrow to do a bit more of an in-depth talk, hopefully, about Katie Taylor versus Chantelle Cameron and give my final thoughts. So, all right, people, good to be back after my little 2-day hiatus. But we're back. Yeah, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. No, you don't need to comment. Just like, subscribe, do your thing. Yeah, make sure you subscribe. We're pushing for that 400 subscribers. Come on now. Adios, people.